Hi guys, I'm back up here with another message, daily motivational message for the collective. Remember, all readings are not for all, they're for some. Take what you need to leave the rest, as well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those, you know what to do. DM me, we can get you set up, come fuck with your girl, okay? As well as drop a comment down below, let it hear from you guys to start the discussion, as well as it's going to share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? So we got two cards from the, what is this, Four Noble Agreements, and one card from the, what is that, Zen Tarot, to really put this reading together, okay? Before I even turn these cards over, okay? So the dominant energy right now has to do with where you're going, okay? So I feel like it's really catered to some people are not going to understand your walk, right? Especially when it comes to deciding to become the best version of yourself, okay? There are going to be those ankle biters, what we call them ankle biters, that is going to try to be like, man, why are you doing that? Man, you shouldn't be doing that, da da da. Or try to stop you from doing what's necessary, okay? But on this journey called life, as well as spirituality, you're going to have to learn how to continue to move forward, right? You're going to have to, and sometimes these people may be close individuals that you like fuck with dearly, like right here, right? This is that type of energy. If that's not matching your walk, you can't fuck with it. I believe there was I'm going to be paraphrasing, there was a passage within the Bible where someone asked Jesus, right? Hey, look, Jesus, there's your family over there, you know, Mary and all them and da 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 da. And Jesus turned to him and was like, that's not my family. My family is those who are aligned with me. Okay? So this is that type of energy in line with his purpose, in line with where he's going. And so that is the perfect example of walking with God is going to require you to walk away from some things. So that being said, everybody's not going to be able to go, right? Because I feel like this energy is really catered to the concept of somebody kind of fence hugging. Okay, I'm hearing fence hugging. The different fence hugging, right, on this journey, and still indecisive about if they need to leave the plantation or not, right? So what are you gonna do? Try to get your family and friends to come with you to go and leave that plantation, right? But ain't nobody trying to go. They okay with what they doing, and they're gonna try to talk you, right, out of going and staying, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time here. You need to know not everybody's meant for you. So that having that kind of Jesus moment, looking up at Mary and them, like, that ain't my family, right? That ain't my family unless they're lined up with what I got going on, right? With my purpose and things of that nature. I know that sounds harsh to say, but that is the only way that you're going to thrive and really get a complete understanding and the complete value of your journey. If you are detached from things, right? You gotta understand. Let's talk about the disciples for a minute. Thank you, God. To even be a disciple of Jesus, right? You couldn't have no attachments, man. You had to. If you had a fucking family, you can't be a disciple. Why? Because you attached to that family. And fucking with God, everything gonna be stripped from you, right? You couldn't be a disciple. The only way that you can tap into that energy is if you were willing to leave your family behind, leave what you know behind, leave all of these different things behind to even step and walk with God, walk with Jesus or whoever you believe in. But in this case, using that story as that, right? And that's the only way that you can really be a disciple and truly walk with Jesus, right? Is if you didn't have those attachments or you were willing to leave those attachments. You couldn't join the evolution like that. Because you got to understand, quote unquote, they would get you. Your weak point, I guess your Achilles heel, will be your family or whatever going on, right? This is that type of energy here. It's about you really understanding that, even family can be them ankle biters, and them ankle biters are to protect you from what fears them, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time, okay? Let's keep moving forward. The message here, actually, before I even open that up, let's get the message here. So the message has to do with understanding. And as I'm really looking at this imagery here, I'm looking at this bird here. Because at first I used to really look at it as like this bird is in between like these different cages and trying to fly out, right? Like he's in the internal prison and then everybody else is outside the prison, right? I'll show you the imagery. But as I'm looking at this card, I'm really looking at this bird here, looking at everybody inside the prison, right? And then this bird looking back behind him, right? Really still contemplating about leaving, or should I stay here, right? This is that type of energy here. This can be mama and daddy and them. You know what I'm saying? Mama and daddy and them, right? Talk about, hey, son, you need to come here, come home, this is where the herd's at, and this, that, and the third, right? But fucking with God. God is so unorthodox, and God is the road less traveled. Right? This is that type of energy where it's going to require you once again to have that detachment from mama and them. Right? This is that energy. That's what I'm seeing here. Somebody looking back at their old life, doing a lot of that fence hugging shit. Right? In that indecisive space, Two of Swords energy. Right? Knowing damn well that God's telling you to move forward. Right? But not everybody, once again, are meant to come with you, right? And that be sometimes the hardest shit that we have to go through. And I know that it's hard for me as well. I'm working through that shit myself as well. Is learning how to be immune. Because the moment that you walk away, it's instantly where poison's going to be, right? Because going against the norm, going against what you quote unquote were told, going against things that are against the quota or the radar or the what we normally know, challenging what people, places, and things around you normally built their foundation on, that's going to it's going to put a ripple in a situation, in a demo, because you were deciding to not be a crab in the bucket no more, right? Because everybody are crabs in this bucket here, and you're deciding to climb out that motherfucker. And when individuals see you climb out of it, they're going to try to reach, right? To bring you back down. Not because they're a hater and shit like that. No, it's because most times it's based off of protection. They think they're protecting you. Or the concept of you challenging their reality, right? It's coming from fear. What is the opposite of love? It's not hate, it's fear, right? People fear you. Right? It's not really hating you, right? This is that type of energy when you start to see it from that perspective, right? Right. Let's keep moving forward. We got be immune to others' opinions. This is the card from the Noble Agreements. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream, when you are immune to, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering, right? So what is being said here in these moments in time here is people are going to, honestly, like we've been talking about, they're going to project that venom at you, right? But you're going to have to know how to stand 10 toes down on where you're going. This is that type of energy. It's kind of like putting the armor of God on and really allowing everything to kind of slide off of you, because you're going to get those pierced. You're going to get those shots shot at you because you're going a different route. You're going a different route. When you are going away from the status quo, you will achieve them ankle biters. You will have ankle biters who are going to try to bite your ankles, right? To knock you down back into the pit, back into the crab bucket with them, right? Because they know, right? Because sometimes people aren't ready to elevate, right? And to even be in your energy is to elevate, right? So once you reach that destination, quote unquote, because there's never a destination when it comes to reaching the greatness. We just learned that, right? Right. When you, quote unquote, reach this new level, right? You know what song I'm hearing by fucking ASAP Ferg? How's it go? I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Yeah. I'm literally hearing that shit. This is that type of energy here at these moments in time when you reach that new level with your name on it, right? Those individuals, like, and these could be people that you love dearly. Like I'm telling you, dearly, right? Where they're gonna reach, right? It's gonna be fearful because it's gonna require them to elevate too. Because if you're on a whole new frequency, right? They're not going to be able to be in your space. You understand? Right. Let's keep moving forward. It got discern the truth. Okay. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth. We make an assumption. We misunderstand. We take it personally. Then we react by sending emotional poison with our words. This creates a whole big drama for nothing. I can't make this shit up. Like I said, this reading has to do with the moment that you move, the moment that you shake the cage, right? You're instantly going to expose, I guess you're going to expose others in a way where it's like, it's more of a fearful tactic. It's that type of energy when you are going in a different place, right? Going to a different stage in your life, that's going to pierce up people. Unfortunately, you're like, why? Why me doing me? Why the fuck is that a problem, me doing me, right? This is that type of energy. It has to do with everything. It has to do with, you don't know how people project what you're doing, right? Because you may be a reflection of something that they had the opportunity to do, right? This is that type of energy and didn't take that, right? So this is that type of energy. Or they could be individuals that love you so dearly that they feel that they need to protect you from wherever you're trying to go, right? Even though your life is in the hands of God, right? Your life is in the hands of God. Your life is not in the hands of the world. Your life is not in the hands of man. They are in the hands of God. So when you know that your life is in the hands of God, right? There's not anything that the world can offer you at that moment, right? At that moment, the world can't offer you nothing different. The world can't offer you anything because you're already consumed with God. You're already the property of God, right? God is showing your way and your walk. And when God is showing your way, everybody thinks you're so now sedity all of a sudden, right? You're oh, you think you better than us, or wooty woo, all the fuck shit they be really saying, right? But it's like, no, it has to do with now God is, now I know better, I do better, right? And if you want to join this wave, you have the ability to join this wave. But instead, some people, places, and things will act emotionally as it's personal, right? This is that type of energy. Like, no, this has to do between me and God and me and God only. And the thing that's making things feel uncomfortable around you is the fact is now God is you've tapped into that newfound sense of freedom where everybody's trying to find that shit high key. And people know where the road is or where the direction is, kind of like where freedom at. It's go north, motherfucker, the North Star, right? Everybody knows it's north, right? To get free, right? And just bear with the analogy here, right? But when you fear freedom, when you fear what it's going to be like, the journey towards freedom, that's what holds people back in life most times, is that fear of the unknown, going towards the North Star, going towards the north, right? So they stay, right? And when someone that is connected with their truth and are willing to ruffle the status quo, right? Shake the cage a little bit, they see you looking at that North Star, you looking at that north direction, and like, I'm gonna go do that. That brings back those emotions, brings back those triggers, brings back those opportunities where they had the option to go north. And hence, that's where that emotional poison is sprayed out, or those ankle biters trying to circle you back or trying to get you in a space where, and this don't have to do with like if people don't like you or anything. This is just naturally people feeling uncomfortable in your presence, right? Because this is not a bashful session we're having right now, right? This is that type of energy here. It has to just do with when individuals have the opportunities to go a certain way and not take it, and another individual takes it. You're going to bring up them wounds. You're going to bring up certain fears within them that makes them act out in a way that is like, what the fuck, dude? Right? This is that type of energy here, okay? So to wrap up this message all together, because this is about it. To be great and to walk on a journey, you're going to have to be willing to walk it alone. And understand greatness, man, being on the top, bro, it's lonely at the top. There's not many motherfuckers up there. So it's at this moment, as you are at the bottom, right? You might as well get used to being alone once you get to the top, right? I repeat that for the motherfuckers in the back, in case y'all ain't hearing me, though, because that's a powerful statement. It's lonely at the top, right? Which we know. You might as well get to understand yourself and understand what it feels like to be alone at the bottom, right? At the bottom, as you were climbing up this crab bucket. So once you get up there, you ain't surprised about what's going on, right? About this sense of the lack of people up here with this endless amount of abundance up here, right? Because you gotta understand, before I even go, man, let's even talk about it. Like, ignorance is bliss, bro. I'm telling you, it's some real shit. Like, at this point, I'm kind of improvising right now because the message is really over. But these are just my thoughts, I guess, to say that I'm having right now, right? Ignorance is really bliss, dude. Like, and that's some true shit. Like, if I don't know better, I won't do better, right? Because you gotta understand, you know better, you do better, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time where you can be looking at the world and the circumstances. Everybody's running crazy. Everybody's running mayhem. This is like mayhem right now in this phase that we're in right now. It's fucking mayhem, right? It's that type of energy here, where you got an option to go this direction with people, or you can move forward from people. And this is that type of energy here. The moment that you move forward, like we talked about, people gonna start pointing their nose up at you that oh my God, what is he doing, or what is she getting into, and she thinks she better than us. Fuck her or fuck him, you know. This is that type of energy because of the exposure of their wombs. You know what I'm saying? And where they're not willing to elevate. Surprisingly, there's a lot of that shit in the world, man. Especially in this community that we're in. They sell this whole dream about, hey, you just gotta stay zen all day. You gotta tap into the energies. It's all about the vibes, right? It's all about the vibes with everybody, you know? It's always about the vibes. If the vibe's off, I'm not fucking with it, head ass, right? Niggas is moving based off of feeling and shit, you know? Instead of moving from a concept of awareness, right? Motherfuckers be moving from feeling and shit, because it gotta be about the vibes. If the vibes is off, I ain't fucking with it. If I feel disturbed, right? This, that, and the third, when honestly deep down within your motherfucking self, you know you ain't on shit. You got a couple crystals in your fucking room, so that makes you so spiritual, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time. Get the fuck out of here. You know, get the fuck out of here. And that's some truth. Like, don't let these motherfuckers sell you wolf tickets. Please don't. Right? I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, right? Because I'm wandering now. Y'all getting me into this rant mode that it's too damn early for this shit, right? I want y'all to have a good night or day. Remember, drop a comment down below. Let me hear from you guys and start the discussion, as well as let's go share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, as well as let's share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? So to close out here, right? It's about you deciding to move forward, regardless of people, places, and things are telling you to stay still, right? So when you move forward, of course, you're going to ruffle some feathers. You are going to do that. Be prepared for that. That's why I always tell y'all, okay, we're leaving, right? Before you even sign the dotted line to something, right? Before you even be in an energy where you are, okay, I'm going to go this way. You're going to have to understand all of the stakes, everything that you have to sacrifice, your shortcomings towards where you're going, right? You're going to have to understand that you're going to be tested. You're going to have to understand that there's going to be delays. You're going to have to understand that there's going to be all of these different things on your path, and you're going to be revealed different versions of yourself on your path as you go, right? But before you even move forward, you have to have an understanding of that in your mind. Talking about that brainstorming that we talked about before you even commit to some shit, right? This is that type of energy here in these moments in time. Before you even decide to move forward and be like, this is where I'm going, you got to understand, right? Okay, I'm going to be bashed at. Okay, stones will be thrown at me and people will hide their hand, right? You need to know, okay, I'm going to have to walk this journey alone, right? Why do you think when Jesus went to certain like towns and shit and they rejected Jesus basically in so many words, what'd he do? All he did was, okay, dust his sandals off and kept moving to the next town, kept moving to the next destination. This is that type of energy, having that dusting your sandals moment off. And yes, it's hard to say that, especially for a lot of people that we love, right? But it's required. If it's either you're gonna be hooked to this earthly world, or you really gonna get connected with God, right? Because going God's direction, it's gonna require you. Hold on. Let me wrap up. require you to really experience that, right? Right. All right, I gotta go. I gotta start my day now. I want you guys to have a good day, and bye-bye, okay?